Hey y'all, HH-BlueDynamite here for another RWBY video. Um, it's been, I think it's been a while since I've last did a RWBY video. The last one involved, the, post, what could have transpired after episode 4 of volume 8, but this is not going to be another theory video. No, it's going to be a topic video. A topic about aura. And pretty much any sort of anime you could think of, and yes, I consider RWBY an anime, you need some type of power. Bleach has Ryatsu, Naruto has chakra, um, Soul Leader has wavelength, and I don't watch Hunter x Hunter, but I think it's called Nen. But yeah, in any sort of like anime you could watch, pretty much have a superpower, like say One Piece hockey. And for RWBY, it's aura. In the real world, aura is essentially this subtle energy that emanates off of any sort of living creature, whether it be humans, animals, and heck, even plants. Practitioners who kind of like their whole thing is like aura, like say like healers and whatnot, like spiritual healers. They claim to be able to see the color, the size, and type of vibration. I remember this one thing that happened with someone in my family. They touched a searing hot piece of metal. Like my grandfather does a lot of car stuff, and my family member wound up touching a really hot, I think it was exhaust pipe. We can imagine that like they put their entire hand on it. And over the phone, a guy that they know, he heals, and I'm not sure if this is legit or not, because I'm not gonna go around trying to like burn myself. That he actually took like the flame, like the damaged aura, I guess, and the pain disappeared. Now, like I said, I didn't see this happen. I was not the one who experienced it, but that's essentially the thing about what aura is in the real world. However, what you want to believe in it. In the world of RWBY, it's kind of slightly different. I think it was stated by Pyrrha that aura is the physical manifestation of your soul. I think in the real world, aura is just like your energy. In RWBY, it's more like chi, it's more like chakra than anything. In the world of RWBY, in the world of Remnant, everyone has an aura, and that even includes animals. Through training or even having just an innate talent, it can be used offensively as say as to be a huntsman or a huntress or any sort of like active fighter, like say a White Fang member or one of the Happy Huntresses and whatever. Groups like that, or even the military. Even people with like a synthetic body, such as say you've got like a robotic arm or robotic legs, they're made to generate the aura. I do wonder about how that goes about. That would be interesting. The only entities in Remnant that can't or don't have like a aura whatsoever are the creatures of Grimm, as they are soulless entities. Aura, while aura is within everything, none of it is activated, which one can guess is that it's not. It's essentially cage over lock and key. It's there, but there's no way for anyone to use it in an offensive way. There are ways to activate the aura, like unlock it out, is either by being unlocked by someone who already has an unlocked aura, or intense stress, which I think that's what happened with Ren, or by happenstance. And what I mean is that I think with Nora, she was struck by lightning. But I think she was mostly talking about your semblance, like her semblance. That's how she discovered hers. But considering that Ren kind of, his aura seems to have activated around the same time, that like both his aura and his semblance activated at the same time. So maybe that's what happened with Nora. So it could pretty much, I guess like it depends on the situation more or less. And again, probably goes back to the stress of things or just out of sheer luck. Aura, once that aura has been activated, it could pretty much you could do a lot of things with it. One of the most crucial things it does is that it fuels a person's semblance. Um, their semblance, like the aura, semblances, I think it said that semblances are the direct activation of your aura. Your aura manifests into whatever semblance you have. Also, not everyone has a semblance. Not everyone activates a semblance. I think among them is Roman, and heck, even Mercury. Spoiler alert: Mercury had a semblance, but you need to watch the actual episode to see what that entailed. So because of that, people tend to use their aura in different ways. One of it using for offense and defense attacks, as you see with Ren here. Ren's semblance doesn't. It's not a combat oriented semblance. So to compensate for that, he trained more with his aura to attack, to defend himself, like make like a little small force field. We should see more of that. And using his like the palm strikes to attack the King Taijitu offensively. Again, I wish we'd seen more of that. That was awesome. It also it's all going back to the whole defense thing. It also acts like a very hard shield in that it prevents causing fatal harm, such as falling from a great height, yang, shots from bullets, and among other things. It also gives strength as well as durability to oneself as well as their weapons. And also apparently food with the food fight. That's right. Those Beges aren't old, they're not weak old. It's just been hardened by their aura. Along with protecting themselves from fatal harm, they also protect a person from intense cold and heat. Okay, granted, I'm not sure about the whole heat thing, but if your aura is used to protect you from intense cold, like say from the tundras of Atlas, it could probably do the same thing with the intense heat of Vacuo. It also heals the person, as well as give the person a bit of a sense of a sixth sense. Extrasensory perception, there we go. Sort of that thing that what Ren did. As well as Fox Alistair? I don't remember. But yeah, because like going back to Fox, people who are blind, it's kind of like, what's a good example? Bleach. There's a character named Tozen. He's blind since birth, but through the use of Ryatsu, he's able to kind of like see shapes. If a person can't see, the exact detail, but he can see shapes. I can imagine that's how Fox sees the world in a sense. He can sense their aura. He can identify a person's aura and sense it from far away. I'm sure through intense training, other people can probably do that too. And maybe Ren is kind of like almost to that level in that way. Just because aura is like this really awesome thing, it's actually very finite. Sort of like something you would see in a game, and I think aura was even depicted as like a gauge in one of those games, like a life gauge. But aura's not infinite. It's really finite. And sometimes it kind of depends on the person of how amount of aura that they have. Like say with Jean. Jean has a large amount of aura than a lot of people, which makes sense due to his semblance. Usage of the aura can drain it. Whether you're using your semblance, you're using it to directly attack or defend yourself, even the climate. Also, even your emotions can cause your your aura to drain. It's sort of like how in real life, like you can emotionally you can drain yourself of your energy due to your emotions, like intense emotions. That's why after bawling your eyes out, after crying for whatever reason, you feel tired later. It's because of all that intense emotions. From the way it seems that when your aura is kind of getting close to depleting, there's this shimmer effect, which is probably like a warning that, hey, you might want to be careful. You're about to shatter soon, and that's what happens if it continues to happen. It looks like your aura just shatters away and you're vulnerable to irreversible damage, whether it's from a scarring, loss of limb, or even your own life. And since your semblance is part of your aura, once that aura is gone, you can't use your semblance. You can't use your semblance. To be honest though, I think that actually depends, but that's going to have to wait for a future video. And that would pretty much be it on this video. I hope everyone enjoyed what I talked about here. I remember reading somewhere involving aura that somebody's like, you know, aura's so overpowered, it could save you from a nuclear blast. I can't but think, what were you smoking? Because it's like I said, aura isn't infinite. It chips away with every strike at it. So whoever thought that you could survive a nuke with just your aura alone, you bumped your head on something. They bumped their head on something. I originally was gonna have like a slide that involves like different colors of aura. Like you have Jesus, like a bunch of colors for aura. But I kind of figured as that's probably best for a video for itself. So expect that in the future at some point. Expect a video. It's not going to be a RWBY video. It's not going to be a has-been or hell of a boss video this Thursday for an introduction to a new thing. If you guys haven't seen my previous video, that's where I said of what my new addition is, and I'm not going to say it here. You're going to have to look at that video for yourself to see what's up. What do you guys think? What do you want me to talk about next? I